is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back. It's been a while since we've been here. This is the dream house property. It's been a while since I've been here. Man, this place is absolutely beautiful. Look at the view we got going on over here. So a lot has changed. We've been working really hard to get this done. I know it's been like a delay. I was going hard with videos here and then just stopped. We're ready to start breaking ground. You're gonna see some home building videos here soon, but we had to get the pad right, we had to get the permits. They are not letting me build this home with the other home already here. So we either gotta buy the neighbor's land, which I have yet to be successful with that, or tear the house down, which make a cool video, I guess. But this is the pad for the house. I mean, some of this may be news to some of you guys. They did mark it out, but they need to move it. They put everything too close to the road. But this is like kind of where the house would be, like that string of little markers would be the front. So this would be like the front driveway, but you can see there's too much of a slope here. It might look flat on the camera, but there's a slope. Can't have that. Whole thing needs to go back about 15, 20 feet. We redesigned part of the house, or we're actually not gonna have garage doors on the front. They're gonna be on the back. This would have been the front of the garage right here, and you would have pulled in like this. But now we're gonna make a road that's gonna go around and rear load it. But there's not enough room for that. So we're gonna have to add more dirt over on this side. Lots of stuff. We're getting this all 3D'd. Wow, that is a steep slope. And you can see everything got topsoiled. We'll go down and show. Oh my gosh, there's people riding horses out there. But we should ask them for a ride. I don't know if you guys can see that. My neighbors are riding horses out. That's kind of cool. So I'll show you down by the pond here in a bit, but basically we took a bunch of the topsoil. Remember we found all the topsoil? Well, look, we spread it across every slope down here. And so we need to seed it and then hopefully grow some grass. But I think the whole house needs to go that way as far as we can and that way as far as we kind of can. So the rear load, you would drive, you would kind of circle back and you'd go in. The reason why you do that is you don't have the garage doors on the front, so you can make the back of the garage the front of the house, and you can make it look like it's part of the house. It gives it kind of like a dressier look, I guess. Fancy stuff, you know. I mean, I don't hate garage doors or anything like that, but I thought it'd be cool. Let's just, for instance, let's just say this is where the back of the garage is. So this would be concrete. So this whole pad, literally, like that's the beginning of the house. The white, that's the beginning of the house. This is all dirt right now. This would be concrete, and so we could put like a basketball hoop, you know, obviously for me and Banjo to do 1v1, and for obviously my kids one day, where they can have a place to play. Right now, they wouldn't have like a big concrete area. A lot of it's yard, which is great, but this could be an actual big driveway, but it'd be hidden behind the house, so that way kids can keep their toys out there and you don't have to keep it picked up. But when somebody comes down your windy driveway, they just see a nice clean house and they don't see all your shenanigans. So again, we're doing 3D stuff. Once we get started, we're gonna do 3D rendering so I can actually share with you guys like exactly what it's all gonna look like, and that way you guys can give me your feedback and whatnot. So dirt work's pretty much done, and then the shop pad, look how that thing turned out. Absolutely freaking massive. I can't believe my neighbors are just ripping on horses. You see them horses? Wow. They're just getting it. They're yeehawing and that's what I said. I said, give me a ride. I don't know what they're doing, but they're ripping horses around. Mini truck still here, not doing anything, just basically a lawn ornament. And then what today's video is actually about, beyond the updates, is this. We've got some feeders. 2 600-pound feeders. And so we're setting them up here. So we ended up pulling all of the feeders from the ranch, because now we're gonna start hunting the ranch, and you know, you can keep them out, but then you gotta be over 200 yards away. The deer have to be over 200 yards away. And I didn't want to have to worry about being 200 yards away from like a bait site, right? So we pulled them all. That way we don't have to worry about the DNR, and we don't have to worry about, you know, accidentally getting too close or the deer being too close or whatever. So we pulled them. They're just sitting out in the ranch still, empty. But we got a few more in that were supposed to be in earlier, and they just came in late. They were a little bit delayed. And we were thinking, I'm like, where do we put these? These are 600 pounders. The one we have at the ranch are 350. Where do you put 600 pounders? You know, you're gonna fill up a ton of feed. You're not gonna have to fill them often, but you want to put them where you're not gonna be hunting. And we have no plans to hunt at the new property this fall, maybe even not next. I don't want to hunt it until I live here. And that's going to be the goal. That way I spend the most amount of time I possibly can at my current house and really just get the most out of the property I currently live in and save this. So that way once I'm living here, I've got something to look forward to. I don't want to blow it all at one time. But this is the shop pad. So they put all the topsoil on the backside there so we can seed it. That way you don't have erosion problems. It is mind-blowing how like steep that is. I wish I was here to see them pack it all in. It's steep. I don't know what degree angle. I mean, what degree do you think that is? 90 would be straight up. 45 would be in the half. It's steeper than 45. I don't know what it is. I'm not good at geography, but good. I'm kidding. It's geometry. I know. Calm down. It's a joke. Yo, it's seeded. Someone seeded this. There's not a single sprout, so I hope they seeded it recently. The whole thing is seeded. I wonder who did that. Interesting. Probably Chad, the dirt guy. He probably had somebody. I mean, there's seeds everywhere. I think that's seeds, right? Oh yeah, those are grass seeds. I mean, that is, it's probably close to a 45. maybe a 55 or 65. I don't know. But the shop, we got to restake this as well. I want to tweak it. But ideally, this would be the back corner. The other corner is that stake right there. There's the other stake. And then the other stake, oh, the other stake fell down. It's in that corner. So the shop is from me to that other stake and then to that one and across. We wanted to design this so we could drive behind it. I can take a truck and trailer and loop it. And actually we have quite a bit of space on this backside as well. I figured I could park trailers and equipment and it would be hidden behind the shed. The idea is like right now, you see in my house, it looks like a freaking parking lot, which I don't mind. But you know, Macy's like, man, it'd be nice if our house didn't look like a dump, you know, and like a junkyard. I mean, yeah, I get it. But since we're restarting, let's just make it exactly what we want. So this would be the back of the shop right here. So we would have all this. This would be parking. It could be hangout grill area, outdoor catch, clean, cook area. It could be all sorts of good stuff. I mean, I could line up trailer, 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 trailer. And then when I need to come get it, I pull in front of the shop and back up and then pull it out. So I think I could probably store all my trailers, honestly, kind of at this angle here. And then I was thinking we might do an awning from the back of the shop. So you can see the stake there, have an awning where I can park four-wheelers. So what do you think about this? It's huge. I know they killed it. Yeah, they seeded that. Freaking beast out here. There's no sprouts, so I'm hoping they just did it, but.
Did you see the deer tracks over there?
Really?
On the pad, yeah.
Oh, well, I was talking about how we're not shooting deer, but man, they make it easy. I'm gonna have to sling a couple arrows at these suckers. Oh yeah, there's a little one. That's a baby. Right now, there's plenty of room in front. We were trying to kind of decide that. I mean, I'm gonna have to, ooh. I have a truck and a trailer right now. Me and Chad said that. We're like, well, I need to bring a truck and trailer and see if this was the front of it and there's garage doors. Do I have enough room to swing? And if I need to back in, do I have enough room to go forward and back the trailer in? I think I do. Even though the trailer I've got right now is not that big, so we could always grab it. How strong you can get that back in there? Yeah, she's pretty dry. But we still left enough for a road out back. So that way you could circle around and 360 it, park all your trailers here. And then I think we'll end up building a road. Let's see what this looks like over here. Oh, cheese and rice. I don't even know what country I'm in. Where do I need to go from here? Oh my gosh, you already built the road. Wait, what? I didn't even know this was over here. Oh, Chad, you're outdoing yourself, pal. You already built me a road. And I like he built it on the end too, so that way it's like out of the way. I mean, I could even park stuff down there and it would be relatively close to up here. Oh my gosh, you already built the road and then seeded it. This guy's just amazing. We'll probably just gravel this. Oh, dude, we can literally get down to where, look at all the seed right here. They went off. So that'll go down and we're gonna have the animals in basically through there somewhere. We gotta design all that still. And if you're wondering how long it's gonna be till I live here, we're talking at least a year from now. We've got some time. But dude, talk about a sledding hill. Shit. I mean, you might run right into the shop, but.
You could open up the doors on both sides.
Oh, and then slide right through. And then you go through the shop and then you go back down again. We're gonna have an entire snowboarding course in here, freaking shredding around. Yeah, I might drive my truck down here just for fun. Even though the trailer's not big, I need to bring my big orange trailer. It always seems smaller than what it actually is. You're like, yeah, I could probably fit my truck over there. And then you realize you don't need something super wide to fit your truck in. So I'm gonna grab the truck, pull down here and see if I can imitate backing in and out of the garages. I think we have enough room. It might need to be moved a little bit, but so far it's looking good. Like I said, pad's done. We're probably not gonna start the shop for a while though. The shop won't take as long. And I'm also contemplating Beefcake Construction LLC to do the finishing touches. Maybe not all of it, like electrical. No, not doing that. But you know, some drywall, some flooring, cabinets, that's just not that hard. And I think you guys seem to enjoy some of those videos as well. We'll probably build the structure, kind of rough it in right about the same time we move in. And then we can spend all winter, because I'm probably gonna be moving in, you know, late next fall. I could spend all winter finishing it. That would give us something to do in the winter too, because it's cold outside. So we could be inside furnishing and finishing everything up. So this looks really good. All right, let's pull the truck down. And then that's pretty much it for the updates. I want to catch you guys up. I know it's been a long time since I showed it, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the truck after we go do all that, and we're gonna go down there and I'll show you the pond. And I say pond because it's already a pond. Where he had to get the topsoil was down there where the pond's gonna be, and he pretty much dug a pond for us, so half of the pond's already done. Not really, but a good amount of it. So I haven't even been down there to see it. We'll probably put, I don't know, one of the feeders over there, and then I think one of the feeders maybe on the backside there, and start bulking up the deer. And we have cameras, so I don't know what kind of deer are out here. I've never seen a buck out here. I've just seen a couple of does, so we'll kind of get to see what size we're dealing with, and we're gonna get a good 2-year head start giving them the nutrition so that way they can grow big antlers and whatnot. Because it's kind of this type of thing with the feeders is like a long-term play. Like, you know, it's a 5-year plan really to get really big deer. And since I'm not gonna be hunting this fall, or I might not even be hunting next fall, because we probably will move in around Christmas next year, we would get 2.5, almost 3 years of basically bulking up the deer and studying the deer and figuring out what's out here, picking target bucks and whatnot before I even live here. So the first year we do live here, we've got the strat. So let's see if I can park this trailer in the make-believe garage. Stay tuned. All right, we're down on the pad, folks. So now I'm gonna try to pull behind the shop, make sure it's wide enough. Oh yeah. See, that's just it. It didn't look like it's much. I'm like super clear, super clear. I probably wouldn't make it any skinnier just in case you got a wide load. But oh, I mean, I cleared it by 4 or 5 feet easily. Right now, this would be the back of the shop. I haven't decided if I'm gonna put doors, because the only reason why I wouldn't put doors is I don't have enough room to swing her back in. Like you can see the hill's kind of like right here. I don't know if I'll put doors on the back side, but still being able to drive around back. So imagine I pull here, you know, like I said, I had some trailers out in front of me. So then I can pull forward. And if I need to park a trailer, I just pull straight and back in. You don't have to back in a long ways or anything like that. Like if I wanted to park this trailer outside, I would stop right here. I'd throw it in reverse. Back it up, Terry. Oh yeah, plenty of room. I was gonna drive back the other way and pull into the garage because that's the way I'd probably go in. If it's too tight though, I could always drive behind to always pull through too, if for some reason that makes more sense. But I think we're gonna be all right. Oh yeah. And we even talked about if we needed to like blow this back, we could basically shave it and build a retaining wall, and we could get 3 more feet. I don't think we need to though. Retaining walls are kind of expensive, so I'm trying to save as much money as I can here. So we'll pull back in front of the make-believe shop as if I'm bringing in a trailer or a boat and I need to back it in like I do at my current house. I mean, I can't go super far forward because I'll fall off the cliff here. But let's just imagine, okay, I see the stake. Well, I think I'm gonna be fine. So the stake's right there. The skinniest part's up here, so that's probably where I should test it. So let's see if I can get the trailer back in. That was like nothing. Look at that. That was way better than I thought. So this is where the line would be. This would be the front of the shop. So my truck would be like halfway in. I thought I was gonna have a tougher time. I know this isn't a big trailer. I mean, I had 4 feet on that side and I could have come in at a different angle. It seems skinny and I'm like, you know, I really need a lot of room from all my trailers, but I didn't think it was that bad. I could really swing in wide, or I could even come in from that way. So if I came in from that way, I could pull really far forward and then I wouldn't have to crank it much. So honestly, I'm pretty happy with where the shop is right now. I probably wouldn't change much. I like the parking out back. I like the space in the front. We'll have a little parking up there for us, like vehicles and stuff, not equipment. We've got enough room to drive out back, enough room to swing, put a trailer in the front. And this is a 100 by 50, which is what we wanted for the shop. So far, so good. See you guys down at the pond. I know I didn't make a video, but we got a pond. It's just well, it's dry, but look at this, dude. It puts in perspective how big the pond is going to be. Up there, you're like, I mean, yeah, it'd be a nice little pond. And then you do this and you're like, okay, yeah, this is like, I don't know, 1/4, 1/5 of what the pond's gonna be. I mean, look at this. And that's probably 5-6 foot deep already. He dug out all the topsoil. He actually mounded a bunch of it up over there as well. But he did that just to get all, like you can see all the backside, all that real dark dirt, that's all topsoil and that's all been seeded. So we should get some good growth, no erosion there. But man, this gets me excited to build the pond. We're probably not gonna build, I'm trying to think when we're gonna build this pond. Probably, I mean, if I'm moving in December, do you really need the pond? What if I push this pond back another year? We might. I'm just thinking, if I move in December, do we need a pond in December? What are you doing with a pond in December? Ice fishing? Just because financially, I would love to have another year to try to go make some money to pay for all this. That would help a lot. What if we dug this pond in the fall of next year, allowing the snow and the spring rains to fill it and then stock it next spring? So we're talking a 1.5 years from now is when we'll be stocking this sucker. You know when I say stay tuned? Hopefully you guys stay tuned because it's gonna be a while, but we got some really cool videos planned, obviously. I mean, this is gonna be sweet. I would say, see them trees over there? I'd leave that. That way you've got a little island with some trees over there. We can do some island catch and cooks or something like that. So I'll tell them to leave that. Obviously the rain hasn't filled this sucker up, so obviously we didn't get to the clay and packed it in yet, but I mean, the pond's gonna go all the way, I mean, I want it to go all the way back towards these trees, all the way back and around, and then I want it to shoot as far that way as we can go, and then kind of cut right where the hillside is. So, I mean, we think it's gonna be 3-4 acres, and the pond I've got now in my backyard is like 2.5, so it's gonna be an upgrade. And you can see this, it's dry, so we'll be able to shape it and cut it and create it, build structure. You know, we could build mounds of dirt like this and add in some rock and riprap. Like, we could... Got Jeff Gordon behind us? What's going on? That's the best part, is like when I built my cabin pond, it was cool, but I wasn't able to really define it as much as I wanted to because it was already so damp. I mean, I dug a couple holes and threw some brush piles in there, but you know, not really anything too crazy. So anyways, there's the update. I didn't plan on digging the pond. And in fact, now I might just tell them, hey, we're probably not gonna dig the pond for another year, we'll just postpone it a year. Give me some time to make some more vidges for you guys, because everything about all this whole thing's expensive. I love it, it's great, but you know, building a house right now in this market, it's not the cheapest, and it would give me time to sell, you know, my current house, maybe use some of that money to help pay for some of this. You guys know. It's a balance. You can't just spend. You got to somehow make it back at some point. So I might delay this another year just because we've got so much to look forward to. We are still gonna build a lake at the ranch this fall, so stay tuned for that. And the guy who's doing this was just Chad. He's supposed to be doing that one as well, and we're supposed to start working on that here soon in the next couple weeks. So, you know, I don't want to have like 4 ponds to stock at the exact same time. Hopefully we can get the ranch lake built, get it built this fall, stock next spring, and then this built the following fall, and then stock the following spring. So that way we've always got places to fish. We have always got places to manage as well. I like fishing, but honestly, I like the management, and I like this a lot. And so I don't want to do it all at one time, because then I just get stressed. And obviously we've got kiddo on the way, so we gotta pace ourselves here. So anyways, I kind of like the idea of pushing off another year. Maybe you guys are like, no, Flair, we want to see it right now. But like I said, we're gonna have the ranch lake to deal with. I mean, that's gonna be a huge one. That should be 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 acres. I don't know how big we're gonna be able to make it, but that should be a big one. That's gonna be a huge project coming up in the next couple weeks, and then all spring and summer we're gonna be managing that as well. So anyways, enough with the updates. We've got some feeders. We got to put them together. We're gonna try to put them together on this trailer. I don't know what it entails, but we're thinking it don't matter. We can always move it. I was thinking like, well, we don't want to put it, we're gonna put the pond, but if we're not building the pond for 2 years, then why does it matter? Somewhere back in there, you think? Yeah. That corner, and then we'll run down that ridge line and maybe sneak around and put it somewhere further down. Most of the deer around here, I think, use this timber creek, and then we've seen beds up in there, and I'm sure they use that timber as well, but this is probably where they travel the most, and so we want to give them as much nutrition as possible. So there's your updates, folks, on the dream house land property. We're getting there. It's taking some time. We're trying not to rush it. I know you guys will always watch videos, now you always think I'm rushing things and half-assing things, and this one I'm taking my time. Obviously it's our forever home, so we want to make sure it's right and it's perfect and we don't rush in anything. Same thing with the pond, same thing with the house, the land, everything. So we're taking our sweet time, so I apologize if you guys feel like we're just dragging with it, but we're doing what we can. And with that being said, let's get to building. Good trails? Maybe. Yeah, what's going on here? Think that's a deer? Ooh, yeah, it is real thick woods. I like this though.
Right, it's nice because the grass is laid down right here.
It is, true. That'd be easier for them to munch and whatnot. So, well, that feeder went together really easy. I don't know if it's 600, I think it's 600 pounds. I have a hard time believing it. We have 600 pounds of feed though. How many bags do you think we have? 15? Yeah. I bet about 15, which would be...
Should almost fill up one feeder.
750, wait, what? Yeah, 750 pounds. Mm-hmm. That's what that should be. So that should fill up one. I would like to split it in half though, so that way we've got food on both in case there's some extra. But plus also, like, you can see the mini truck from up there. Like, not to shoot from there, but like I'm saying, like, if we creeped up and just put binos, you could watch deer. Yeah. If we've got them dialed on the camera, plus there's a good tree for camera too, or you could set it on a stake. But you know what I'm saying? Like, if we get them dialed, we could come up with binos or spotting scopes and actually like watch the deer eat. But I feel like this is far enough away to where they're like, oh, whatever. Also, we're gonna be building the house over the next year. If we can get the deer used to that, making them kind of uncomfortable, because they're gonna get used to eating, you know, in the next few weeks. But then we're gonna start building and there's gonna be construction and the noise. As long as that doesn't scare them, we can basically get the deer to get used to the sound. So that way when I live here, the deer, they don't think twice when they hear me driving around with a mule or something like that. It's a thought. This is gonna be the more open, exposed, close to the like commotion. The other one will tuck back in a little bit more secluded area, which is where you might get your big buck. But I've also seen big bucks just walk out in the open before too. It depends on what they're feeling that day. So we're gonna go ahead and put the feeder. Do you think it's right here? Yeah. Right here, and then trail camera on that tree, or you could shoot a trail camera on that tree.
Which would be better for the sun?
So the sun comes up over there, and it would set over there. So it'd be looking into the sun towards the evening. But, I mean, you can see where it's at now. Like, I'd imagine by the time the deer come out to feed in the evening, that sun's gonna be behind those trees. Yeah. It's gonna be my guess. Or you could set it north looking south. Yeah. I think in a perfect world you put it south looking north, but there's no trees on that side. So you're not gonna get morning sun glare, which I feel like is when you get like that foggy film and stuff. Evenings I don't think is as bad. I'd say we could always move it. I like it over there because it gives you a little bit more distance, a little bit wider view. If we put it right here, I might be able to open my truck bed and we can just literally like load it. So I'd put it as close to my truck as we can right here. Let's get to filling.
Here, probably be better if we just stood it up then picked it up.
Yeah, you know, that'd be easier. Yeah, no, that'd what the hell were we thinking? Okay, don't get it too close. We'll have to pull the truck out. Keep going. Keep going. Should be able to clear there. Might be a little bit of a leap, but we'll be all right. All right, so if you want to rip them open, hand to me, and I'll try to dump them without falling over. It's 150 so far. Got a long ways to go. Seven and seven. I mean, it seems full, but the last couple bags didn't like make it go up at all. So that's 350 pounds. Well, we got 350 and we got 7 more bags, so we'll split it evenly. So that way we have to refill them close to the same time, not one or the other. That way they go, hopefully go down at the same rate. We can fill them up at the same rate, make it easier. Let's go set up the next one. All right, well, hey, we found the trail dreams are made of. Yeah, looky right there. That would be a really good deer trail. You can see it snakes down and around. And where we're at is, there's the house. So the back of the garage would be there, the concrete I was talking about. So you can kind of see the truck, the mini trucks on the other side of this hill. So this would be like the back, and then that would be the backyard of the house. So again, same thing. We can pull up to the house, take binos out and look, but dude, that's a highway right there. That is interstate. I-29's right there for these folks. You can see because they have a fence right here. They got a nice split. And this is a little bit more open. So the other one was tucked into the timber, which maybe you'll get more of your buck. You're gonna get deer on this one though, like guaranteed. You think they'll hop over this fence just and not think twice about it, or what do you think? Or do you put it on the other side?
We put it on the other, because you can still pull up right here to fill it.
To fill it?
If we want to put it on that side.
I mean, I know deer can jump it. Don't get me wrong. Deer are lazy though. They can be. That or they can go around out there. Yeah, I mean, we could stick it over there and just pull the truck up as close as we can get. So when we have a mule, we'll come down and just back up the back of the mule here, drop the tailgate. I mean, I'm gonna take this fence out anyway. I don't need this fence here for anything, honestly. But remember I said south facing north? That's your south facing north right there. So you can stick it on that tree facing to the north. I mean, I'm down to put it on the other side. It may be hard to get my truck over there, but we'll do our best. So anyways, second spot, I love this spot. I think this is awesome. And where we're gonna put the animals is gonna be somewhere back in that, where I was showing you that road he built. I was like, oh, this goes down to the animals. So that's right up that. So animals are gonna be somewhere in that area. Eventually we'll build some barns. I kind of like building it in the timber so that way they've got shade. And then this will be all great. I mean, like the deer, well, yes, the deer, but the goats and all the animals could eat all of this throughout the whole, all these woods all up in there. I mean, they're gonna have like 20, 30 acres. So they'll be a lot happier here than where they're at right now. And more shade, and it'll be better for all the livestock. So I show us how big this cottonwood tree is. Sheesh! We need to build a tree house about 80 foot up and then shoot deer from that. Straight down through the spine. All right, well, let's get to setting it up and filling it up. Stay tuned. Well, we got the mineral put out there. We got the camera put out right there. We got the feeder put out right here. And this could have been from the horses. You know, maybe it wasn't a deer trail, but I'm a firm believer, like an animal is an animal at the end of the day. And I feel like if a deer is trying to navigate this neck of the woods, they're going to use that. I mean, that's a very obvious track. And with having all this stuff here, it should work. So we got camera set up, 2 feeders set up, 2 600-pounders. I mean, we put, so it would have been 14 bags of, so we're using next level nutrition. It's the supplement stuff that we're using. So this is the spring summer pellet. So this was the last of what we had. So we put it in here, and then they've got like a late fall winter pellet that will transition to. This stuff should be gone by the time it starts to obviously get cold. But that's the stuff we were using and then the mineral. The mineral hopefully will, you know, work as well. A lot of times they'll come and hit this and pound it in the ground. And even when you run out of feed, they'll still hit the mineral. So it should be good to go. I mean, we didn't film, so that means we filled them technically halfway. I mean, that's a lot of feed, dude. So that would be 30 bags. I think 30 might be on it. What's on a pallet? Imagine getting rid of a pallet every time you go to fill your feeders. The mule wouldn't even carry it. No, not even. You would have to do trips. Yeah, or have a trailer. I just realized that my the utility trailer wouldn't even carry that. I think it's like a couple thousand pounds. So that's crazy how much this could really hold. I guess, well, I mean, 2 600 pounds would be 1,200 pounds. So maybe it's not a pallet. It's close though. Either way, it's a lot more efficient, especially if you're not going to be moving these around. I mean, that's not something that's super portable, but it's something that should last. And then you fill it up. I mean, I would guess, I think at the ranch, we were running through 300 pounds every 2 weeks. So this should be 600 pounds, should last you a month. But this is also here. I don't know what the deer population, I doubt, is as good as the ranch. It could be. I mean, there's lots of timber and rolling hills and whatnot, but same thing. This one got set up by the house. So when we come, basically anytime we come and check on the house, the construction, whatever, if it's early in the morning, late in the evening, we can just kind of peep our heads over and take a look. But you're far enough away that yes, you might kind of bump them. I mean, if they're big mature bucks, you probably will, but honestly, I can see does like not caring. You're far. That's at least.
Dude. They gotta really be doing something for
yeah, for them to really be. And again, especially like there's gonna be so much going on that they're gonna get used to. I know people say, oh, they'll never get used to it, whatever, but like they're gonna get, just like they got used to the road. I can hear the road right now. They got used to that. They didn't leave. They didn't migrate to one direction or another. I mean, it's good. This will hopefully accustom them to having somebody live here, because no one's lived here before. They lived way up there. No one's lived over here. Now you can really see the pad. I mean, that's the front of the house, and that goes all the way to the backyard. So it really shows you the depth of the compound that's gonna be up there. And then we were even just talking about, we're like, man, this is actually kind of flat right here. Be a cool dirt bike track or something like that. And again, I think we're thinking animals back in this timber. There's a nice flat spot. We could rip this fence out, build all the barns, so that way they've got shade from almost 360. And then in the summer, obviously they can go run up and get as much sun as they want. But in the winter, they'll at least be protected by the north wind. You know, they'll be kind of shielded by all the trees and whatnot, but still be able to get sunlight. So anyways, that's what we got. Just, I know it wasn't a whole lot going on, but we knew we wanted to get feeders here. Obviously, deer season coming up. We want to start looking for prospects for whenever we're going to hunt this thing, maybe a year or two from now. We had the feed, the summer pellets we wanted to get rid of because we stopped supplementing the deer at the ranch. So we're like, this would be a perfect opportunity to use up the rest of the feed and get these deer used to these feeders too. So that way when we do start hunting it, we could leave it here, but then hunt, you know, a few hundred yards that way. In a perfect world, you have these up year round. The ranch is so new that I didn't want to limit myself for this first season as to, well, what if I wanted to hunt right there and that happens where we put a feeder. So this year we're going to learn where we want to hunt. Actually, take that back. We're going to learn where we don't want to hunt, and that's where we'll put the feeders next year. But we didn't know that because we've never hunted it. So for this will probably be my first and only year where we don't supplement deer all 365 days a year. I think it's important, especially in the winter, giving them a good source of protein and mineral and whatnot. So that's enough blabbering. There's your update on the house. We're chugging along. Slow and steady wins the race. Hopefully you guys that are watching this will stay tuned from now until a year from now, at least until we're moved in, and then another year until we're probably, you know, catching fish in that pond and shooting deer out here in the field. So anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. Remember, Bucks merch is linked down into the description. Go check it out, buckshunting.com. We'll see you guys later. Thank you so much for watching, and peace.